All right, we're here. Today's video webinar is on the Sony Professional SSD, the SVG series of SSDs. These are SSDs designed by Sony specifically for high-end workflows, HD and 4K workflows. These are built to different standards than a typical SSD. Your typical SSD is built for a lot of different things. Maybe it's built for a server. Maybe it's built to be the main storage in a laptop. No, these are designed for the rigors and the needs of high-end video professionals, specifically those of you who shoot with an Atomos field recorder or on a Blackmagic design camera or use Blackmagic design products. So let's go a little further into this and talk about what are the key features of the SVG series, the key features. We've got high endurance, 2,400 terabytes written. The terabytes written is a really cool thing. We're going to get to that a little bit later and explain it to you, but terabytes written has to do with just how much storage can actually be written on the SSD over the life of the SSD. You've got a reduced total cost of ownership because these things can write far more than the competition. They give you constant fast write speeds. There's a lot of technology. The SSDs are tuned and tweaked to deliver a constant flow of data. And they are extremely reliable and durable for professional use. We're going to go into some of that on that as well. Who are these designed for? Specifically, these are for Atomos and Blackmagic, like I said in the beginning. The Atomos field recorders, the Infernos, the Flames are phenomenal products. If you're a 4K shooter, if you're thinking about being a 4K shooter, if you have a 4K camera but you're still shooting in HD, these are the field recorders to get. They are the best in the business by far. They've also got a new one coming out, the Sumo. That's a 19-inch production monitor and field recorder. Amazing technology from Atomos. With one of these Sony SSDs, you're going to get the highest quality video. You're never going to drop frames. It's rugged. It's going to hold up to your outdoor, indoor shooting, wherever you're using it in the field. And also, it's going to give you the highest durability and reliability and the longest lifetime of writing. Same goes true if you've got a Blackmagic design product. Blackmagic design cameras, they're cinema cameras. Hey, these things are tremendous values. You guys who have them know them, you love them. Some of you have more than one. Well, what you need to do is to have Sony SSDs, the G series, to make sure that you're getting the absolute best possible life, durability, reliability, and quality of your videos. You can't afford to drop a frame when you're shooting with one of those cameras. You know how important every single frame is. Also works with the HyperDeck Studio, the Studio Pro, the Shuttle, and the Multi-Dock. And of course, these are the perfect partner for the Atomos monitors and recorders. The Infernos, the Flames, the Blades. We love the Atomos field recorders. We've done a couple of live webinars on them. If you're a serious shooter, be it a DSLR shooter, a 4K shooter, you got a high-end camera, you know how important it is to be able to monitor your video in the true HDR format to get the absolute true video and video color quality as well as resolution. And with a field recorder, you record all your video right out of the raw from the sensors with the direct input. You're not getting compressed video. It's a great way to go, but that uncompressed video requires speed, throughput, and reliability, and that's where these Sony SSDs come in. All right, now we're going to roll a little video that Sony put together that goes into some of these features of why these drives are so great. And then when we come back, I'm going to go into more detail on what makes them so great. These drives are really cool. Let's roll the video. back. That was a great video. So let's talk about what makes these drives so cool. The number one thing, TBW. TBW stands for terabytes written. And that's the total amount of data that can be written to the drive during its lifespan. SSDs aren't like spinning hard drives. They have a definite amount, a finite amount of reads and writes on the actual bits and bytes of memory that are inside of them. And what Sony has done is through a really cool combination of optimization, tuning, caching, and more importantly than that, error correcting, they've enabled their drives to get far more TBWs, actually 2,400 total terabytes on the 960 drive. And that's just remarkable. When you compare it to other drives that you're using, I'm sure most of you out there, if you haven't heard of the Sony drives because they're new, what you've probably been using is the Samsung, the 850 EVO or the 850 Pro. Good SSDs. Before the Sony drives came about, I would say they're the best SSDs. Now they're the second and third best. The best SSD by far is this Sony drive. With 2,400 TBW, that gives it far more read writes. In fact, these drives come with a 10-year warranty. So what good is a 10-year warranty if you can't write on it? Well, how do they get to these numbers? How do they say it's 2,400 TBW? That's based on recording 17 hours of use per day for 10 years. That's just tremendous. I mean, as avid a shooter as you are, the odds are that you will outgrow this drive, meaning technology will have passed us by before you ever run out of usage for it. So this drive should last you several years. That's what we call reduced total cost of ownership. If you're using the other drives, well, you might get 6 months worth of read writes on them. With the Pro series from other people, you might get a year. We're talking about 10 years. We're talking about 8 times the amount of read writes, which means, if you're going to have to replace your drives, let's say 4 times over 2 years or twice over 2 years, no. This drive is going to last you 2, 3, 4 years, 10 years and beyond. That's reduced total cost of ownership. And let's face it, if you're shooting with Blackmagic or an Atomos field recorder, you're probably using 3 of these drives typically. One that's in the machine right to record on, one that's got the data that's coming off of it, and the other one that's on deck for when the one falls up. But 2 or 3 of them at a minimum for each field recorder. It adds up. If you're replacing them every 6 months, it's crazy. With these Sonys, you won't be replacing them until years down the road. All right, let's also talk about something that's very important, and that is data write speed, a flat, sustained write speed. On the graph that you see over my shoulder, the blue line over here, that's the Sony G series. That's because of the tuning and the error correcting and the optimizing, so that those drives give you a solid level of performance. You can see it barely ever dips. It starts, gets over 400, and never goes below 400. Whereas competitors' SSDs, they bounce all over the place. And you can see that they could drop under 100 sometimes. And under 100, you're going to lose frames. In fact, I'd say you need a cushion of being solidly over 150 consistently to know that you won't drop any frames. So what we're just telling you is these Sony drives, by far and away the most reliable. You're not ever going to drop a frame. All right, reliability. Reliability is real important. Let's cut back to the close-up. Are we on the close-up? Great. One of the things that you'll notice with the Sonys is they've got the connectors, or much heavy-duty plastic, a heavy-duty connector. They've tested these connectors by having, if you saw the video, connect, disconnect, connect, disconnect, connect, disconnect into the same thing hundreds of times to make sure they work great. The Sony G series, good for 3,000. 3,000, pop it in, pop it out. So you don't have to worry about it being a point of failure. With other drives, those are weaknesses and areas of the drive that often break and leave you frustrated. With the Sony, not a problem. Guaranteed for 10 years. That's 10 years of heavy, heavy usage. But what else does Sony give you that I think is most incredible thing of all? Free data recovery. Free data recovery. That means if your drive, for whatever reason, gets corrupted, maybe you did something to it, maybe whatever happened, you don't have to worry. You can send it off to Sony. They have a special facility. Well, they will do their best. They don't guarantee it, but they will do their best to recover the data from your drive for free and get it back to you. And let's say you were in the wilderness, kayaking through, the Brazil or rainforest, or you were out in Antarctica, in the snow, or maybe you're on a beach on a jet ski doing a trick that's never been done before. Whatever it is, a lot of times your footage is a once-in-a-lifetime moment. And sometimes bad things happen to good camera people. And with the free data recovery, they're going to do their damnedest to get you your video back, and that's real important, and it's a nice extra cushion to have, and it's free. All right, competitive benchmarks. We have a comparison chart. It's not so easy to read over my shoulder, but we'll post it up on the Video Guys website so you can see it when we post the article as a few article in review. But you'll see, we list all the competitors out there. No one comes close to the durability, to the total writes that this does. 1,200 for the 480, 2,400 for the 960. But also, the transfer speeds. These are sustained transfer speeds. Like I said, a lot of these guys, they put down what their maximum is. We're showing you, we get that data rate and it stays there with the Sony. That's real important. So you can look at this comparison sheet later, but clearly the Sony series wins. All right, we talked about the Sony SSDs. I gotta talk about the companion products. Right now, we're running a promotion on the Atomos field recorders. While supplies last, you get a free power kit. That's $149 value, gets you a couple of batteries and a charger. Basically, Shogun Inferno, Ninja Inferno, Shogun Flame, Ninja Flame, all come with that free power kit. That's a tremendous deal, and you'll see there's very, very aggressive pricing going on those products right now. And just a tip for all you guys, I say it every time, if it's a Ninja, it's HDMI only. If it's a Shogun, it's HDMI and SDI. The Flames are 4K 30 frames per second. The Shoguns are 4K 60 frames per second. But Atomos field recorders and a Sony SSD is a match made in heaven. All right. Also, the big kahuna, the Sumo, it's shipping. We sold out on our first shipment. We're hoping to get more at the end of this month shipping to us, probably have them at end of July, early August. But what is the Sumo? It's a 19-inch 4K HDR monitor and recorder. A production monitor, 19 inches, gorgeous, gorgeous screen, HDR, and a field recorder at a price $24.95 that no other field recorder of that size, no other monitor of that size can compare for the quality, and you get field recording also. All right, let's review. Sony Professional SSDs, the SVG series, in stock at Video Guys, 800-323-2325. Two different sizes. The 480 is on sale for $289.68, and the 960 gigabyte is on sale for $544.23. Just under a terabyte, little bit over $500. You know, SSD pricing, memory pricing has been very volatile. We've got these prices locked in for the near-term future. You know, the next at least 6 to 8 weeks. If this is your price on these drives, if you want to order them from videoguys.com. And once again, we are videoguys.com. We're live people. You can call us at 800-323-2325 and talk to us about our products, about what we sell, and we can help you with your workflows and design the products and the specials you need. And if you're looking to get a bunch of these, maybe you're looking for 2, 4, 6, or 8 of them, give us a call. Give our salesman a call. I'm sure he could sharpen his pencil and save you a few bucks on it. All right. Videoguys.com. Please like us on Facebook, like our YouTube video, follow us on Twitter. Check out our blog. We have a ton of great articles on these products. Videoguys.com. We're open Monday through Friday, 9 to 5, 800-323-2325. We have the Sony's SSDs in stock. We've got the Atomos field recorders in stock. This is Gary from Videoguys.com. Peace.
Video Guys is available Monday to Friday. Give us a call, 1-800-323-2325. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter to stay connected with all our updates. And you can like us on Facebook. Keep an eye out for our live videos. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thanks for watching.